Well, I'm still out here drinking my morning coffee, and I keep recording videos, but I keep hitting on something, and then it changes. So, it's manipulation, and we have to be careful with that. Now, it's mental stuff is coming from the phone. It's got my brain on soaking up all kinds of subliminal messages and just other programming that it doesn't stay focused on what the one thing. And it's seeing this, and then 10 scripts over, it's trying to make sense of that at the same time, and it kind of screws me up. But going back to, when you're born in the dark, it doesn't really affect you. I mean, it affects you on a level that you never really understand because you're in the dark. And until you're showed the light, the dark has no effect. It's life. We get through life that way, knowing that we just got to make the best of it. But no one ever told us it ain't got to be that way. And then when they do, that's when the trauma sets in and we struggle with, well, why is it that way? And you end up trying to tear yourself apart. But you got to hold yourself together. I mean, with the understanding that, you made it through the dark, now you can make it through the light. Sometimes the light is a lot more treacherous than the dark because the light shines on the things that you weren't supposed to know and did not see, and the ignorance that, wasn't supposed to be. So you just have to keep going every day in every way, knowing that sometimes the light hurts a lot more than the dark. At least in the dark, you didn't know any better. So you weren't supposed to do any better, And the light, shines on how ignorant you were, and you're ashamed of, well, why'd I do it? Well, because you were in the dark. You didn't know any better. So don't let it tear you up. But I see in awakenings, things like that, there's other entities that try to use that against you, It's like you sit there and watch and you done nothing. You done nothing. You just laughed and created more of it, just so you can hide your spot in the light, And this is, I've got things to back this up, where I've heard things and it's correlated with things that try to tear me down when I was making the transition. And I didn't transition to nothing, just to intelligence, because that's all it is. To not know to know. But what you didn't know might tear you apart, If you're a good person when you come through and try to be, if you've tried to be and you were born in just bad circumstances and bad situations happened. The transition, it gets kind of difficult. And I was told too that some people can't make it because some of the things that was done was just too hard. So sometimes it's better to leave people in the dark. I don't want to, but that's kind of what it points to, So I fight with that every day. So then I get angry at people and I'm like, you'll never know then, I mean, you got to at least want to look. If you're not wanting to look, then you can't see, So you got to want to be good. To be good. You got to work at it. They taught you to be bad. You have to want to be good. You have to learn it. Toodles.